Do you ever notice how some things that feel amazing for 5 minutes can leave you feeling empty after 5 hours? That's because there's a real difference between pleasure and happiness. Pleasure spikes are tall and they're sharp, and they shoot up and they crash hard. Compared to happiness, it's not a spike. It's not a roller coaster. It's a state that you can live in because it doesn't hit you all at once. It's more of a baseline that rises over time rather than large spikes that hit all at once. Think of it like this. If the waves are coming in nice and slow, it's not as dangerous as a tsunami coming in all at once. And the reason you can live in this state of happiness and not pleasure is because happiness is earned. It's earned through connection, fulfillment, joy. There's no cheating it because dopamine, right, pleasure, it can be cheated. So rather than feeling empty after feeling good, if you get it from the right sources, you can continue to feel even better. It's kind of like if you just hung out with your friends or you went on a really nice date. You feel good when you're with them, but then after you still think about it, you still have good memories, and that's true happiness. Compared to if you ever got drunk and drank alcohol and got shit-faced, it may feel good in the moment, but after you feel like shit. So let's break this down into more simple terms. Pleasure, which is dopamine fueled, is rooted in novelty, and over time, your brain adapts to it. That's why if you ever watch more like vanilla porn, over time you might want to watch more deeper and newer stuff. Because the same stuff that you started with just doesn't hit the same anymore. And that's why pleasure is not the same as happiness. Pleasure is what leads people trying soft drugs until they need something stronger. It's what takes someone from watching porn a normal amount of times to addicted. Because over time, your brain needs more for the same hit. And I'm not saying that you can't have pleasant experiences, but you need to balance the two, where you can live in a state of happiness. So go help people. Be there for others. Get better at working at your own goals in life. Get oxytocin, the good form of dopamine, from things that actually bring you towards your higher purpose in life, not away from it. And again, any questions, feel free to ask in our training. But to really drill this in, I want you to understand that you need to live in a state of happiness. You need to be grateful. You need to go out there and do things for others. You need to fill your life with a purpose. Just to really drill this in, I want to show you the quick cycle of how quick hits of pleasure gradually decline your life. Not to shame anyone, but just to show you guys what's actually going on. I want you guys to be aware. So first you're going to get triggered. Then you anticipate going to that pleasure-fueled activity, so you think about going back. And then you spike your dopamine when you give in. And a few minutes later, you crash and feel even worse than when you started, which then leads you to feel guilt or shame, which might start the next round of bad decisions. And the scary thing is adult content is built on novelty on demand, which can be so dangerous for the brain. That's kind of like, if you ever seen those people with their nicotine vapes, how crazy they get, always hitting it, acting crazy if they can't find it, right? And because of that, over time, you might start to develop some false beliefs. Oh, I need porn to get by. Or this is just how I cope. Or this gets me by. And I do want to give you guys a fair warning. When you're rewiring your brain to only feel happiness and not pleasure, it's going to be used to these high dopamine spikes. So the happiness baseline is probably going to feel like shit for a few weeks because you're not used to only being baseline, you're used to having spikes. But you're going to get used to it, I promise. So cut out all of those quick spikes of pleasure and replace them with a healthy way of feeling happiness. And over time, your body is going to need less of these huge spikes, which in turn will lead you to less cravings and less urges for pornography. Remember, any questions or comments, feel free to bring them up into our training calls. See ya.